Hello, everybody.
Hi.
We're talking about Kill la Kill,
Kill a kill.
tits galore. I
Okay.
I I I can't right now.
This fucking show.
Okay, so last week I described this show to you as shameless fun. How
It,
accurate of a description is that?
it's not wrong. Like, there was. It's really weird. The fun. Okay. First off, I liked this show.
Oh yeah, no,
I
it's
actually, I actually thoroughly enjoyed it. I wouldn't say I loved it. Like, oh my God, I love it. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. It had quite a bit of decent humor into it. And,
oh, it knew
like,
itself.
yes, it had a lot of like etchiness, but not like over the top in a sense.
There was a whole lot of action.
And the action was good. The Here's the thing, it took a couple episodes for me to get like into the animation style.
Yeah, it's a little weird, but
But once you get used to it, it's fine. But I'm sorry, when you have the first episode have a talking suit that is that's pins pins the main character Ryuko against the wall and just is screaming at her, "Put me on, wear me." Kind of comes off as a little bit of the R word,
but it's close.
which is the weird part. Which that just I it just it really it's a this show is unique.
It is very unique. Actually, this show has quite a big following.
It really does. Like a
It's
lot of a lot of any like going to conventions and stuff, I've seen a lot of people cosplay as Kill la Kill.
yeah, no, it's a really good show.
Yeah, it was good for what it was, and I like how like I thought with how big this show was, it was longer than the anime, but the anime like wrapped it up. Like it was legitimately like 24 episodes and that was it,
Yeah,
which I actually enjoyed. And like there was a story consistently through all of it.
yeah, it didn't like hold back,
Yeah. Like
which I know a lot of other shows do just to pad their runtime. So
I couldn't even give a really great description of like the plot. The plot is essentially like the main character Ryuko comes to like a transfer school that is essentially like almost like a military school in a sense.
I mean, kind of. So
And
basically, there's the student council, and all of these students have these living clothes or clothes
uh,
with living threads.
yes, they're called life fibers or life threads or
Yeah,
whatever.
there you go.
And the whole thing is like depending on the amount of stars you have on your uniform determines just how much of these life fibers you have and determines your strength because you can like get like superhuman abilities and stuff from wearing these uniforms, or they call them Goku uniforms. Um, and that also dictates your social status is how well you like what star level you are in school.
And
And Ryuko comes to the school to try learning about who killed her father using a giant pair of scissors.
half of a giant pair of scissors.
It was technically the full pair,
Well, yeah, but
but it got broken off. The
she has
killer took
half.
half of it.
She has half. A
Yeah,
killer has half.
yes. And it's been basically she is trying to get to the student council president who's like everybody holds her as like the end all be all person. Like we must. She's basically almost like a dictator,
Oh, totally.
and she basically gets her ass handed to her by one of these uniforms, goes running off to her father's old mansion that's like in ruins now, and falls down a pit into like like a secret like lab essentially,
And
and
oh, the sailor uniform.
a sailor uniform comes to life, and because it got some of her blood on it,
Because it's an
and
actually full.
it demands that she puts it on, and it becomes a super super skimpy outfit.
Well,
Like
it itself is made out of nothing but life fibers.
yes, you learn that it is the Ryuko gives it the name Senketsu, which he is so goddamn funny.
Isn't he though?
Like he doesn't talk too much until a little bit later in the series, but my God, is he fucking funny.
Dude, I laughed out loud multiple times during this show.
Just some of the crap he says is just so funny. Like because it's very serious in a sense, but like the fact that it's coming from a fucking talking like sailor uniform.
just
And I think one of my favorite parts with him was just like this was like really really late in the series when like basically Ryuko finally puts him back on and she comes to her senses, and like he just starts crying,
oh my
and
god.
like she's just like, your clothes, you shouldn't be crying.
I
And
like the very
just like, you're gonna get the outfit, like you're gonna get the outfit wet, and I don't want to walk around in wet clothes. I'm just like, oh my God, and then he just cries more.
oh my god. No, at the very beginning when they explain why the clothes are so skimpy, I laughed.
Oh God, I forgot how they explained it in the beginning.
Like it was because she was weaker because she wasn't confident in her clothes.
Oh yeah, that she just didn't fully awaken at that point.
But it was one of those plot points that are like, we need an explanation for why.
Got it. She's not comfortable being like half naked, so that's why. The moment she was okay with it, like, and they made such a big deal about it. It's like I think it was like the third or fourth episode when that one chick like puts on Senketsu, and then like basically it's called life fiber synchronization when she like activates him, and he's just like, how? She's just like, how can you like synchronize with Senketsu? And then Senketsu chimes in with, this lady has no shame.
Oh, that was Mako.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Mako.
It was Mako.
No, no, it wasn't. It was this girl was only in like one thing. She was pretending. It was when they had to like try getting to school through like a bunch of traps and stuff like that.
I swear to God, that was Mako.
No, the other person, like the chick's name was Mako. Remember, she like faked having like an arm sling and stuff like that. Mako is Ryuko's best friend.
Yeah, I thought it was her because,
No,
huh?
because she never really wore Senketsu and like activated him. She only wore him once, but that was by mistake.
Man,
And like,
I'm really confused because I was it Mataro?
are you on? No, are you on the wiki?
Yeah, I'm on the wiki.
If it's under like the 3 pages of characters, sits second page, third from the top.
Oh, huh?
Yeah, the chick with the red eyes and like the sling and stuff.
Oh, yeah. No, I like. Okay, there's a lot of
Because
one-time characters.
yeah, that's why I had to point it out. Well, anyways, it was just really funny because like the whole premise of that episode was like they had to rush to school, but she left without Senketsu because he was getting cleaned. And the thing is he can talk, but only Ryuko can hear him.
Oh yeah, that was a plot point too, wasn't it?
because like he was getting washed by Mako's mom. And like he was just like, Ryuko, save me. It's like, Seiketsu, you don't have to wash him. It's like, oh please, that's no problem. And that's when he learned he loved to get ironed.
Oh yeah. There's okay. There's a lot of little finesse things that are
It's a lot of
so
little character development.
it's they're so small though. Like it's just like little quips here and there.
Oh God, can we mention the teacher?
I mean, if you want to go off about the teacher, I can't stop you.
What was up with that? And just the glowing purple lights to cover him up. There was so much wrong with this show.
So good.
Like, can we talk about though the like just the little like kind of with like the disciplinary chair Gamagori, the giant fucking dude.
Oh, the masochist.
Yes, how like just the little like the interactions between him and Mako.
Oh God.
They were so
Just
cute.
it
They
really
were so cute.
it really was like God. I can't
Like,
like.
especially when Ryuko was fighting all four of them, and then he just sits down in the bleachers with Mako, and she's just like so nervous, and then like every person Ryuko beats of the four members of the council. 1 second.
Well, this is kind of an awkward pause. Yay! So I don't know. I'm trying to remember a whole bunch about the series, but it's been a while since I've watched it. Might be worth a rewatch, in all honesty. But oh, hey, welcome back.
Yeah, no, yeah. Uh, but sorry, I lost my train of thought for a second.
Okay, well, I was just talking about how it might be worth a rewatch because it's been a while since I've seen it.
Yeah, no, definitely. If you haven't seen it in a while, it is worth rewatching.
But yeah, no, it's I like how the pacing is. Like 24 episodes and done, and something happens in each episode, and you feel as though something's accomplished.
Hmm.
And oh, it was well done. I give it a thumbs up. Are we doing anything else?
Well, there's a couple little things about the series that I really like what they did. One of them being when is they weren't afraid to bring back elements from old episodes.
Yeah, but it didn't feel like
It was forced.
it didn't feel like it was forced, and it didn't feel and like even if you weren't watching it all in a row, it didn't feel as though like just a random element from a previous episode was like gonna throw off the story.
Yeah, like one of the big things that I really enjoyed was during like the final fight, um, when they're defending the ship and like they manage to like get a bunch of life fibers from all of the like evil clothes and stuff like that. They and like the head like the sewing club president or whatever was like stitching together new like Goku uniforms so they could fight back. And the first one he decides to make was one for Mako. When she it was only in the one episode when she was the Fight Club president.
Oh yeah.
Like the fact that he made and like he made that for her. All the student council was just like, why did you make one? Why did you make one for her first? And he's just like, well, statistically, she gains the most from having one, so I obviously made one for her. And like just bringing that back was really cool because like it made Mako actually useful for the entirety of all of that.
It made her actually useful. I'm so, she. Oh
Like,
god, she was so funny.
God, she was so weird.
There
She
were
was so random.
there are some really really good gifs of this show.
Not to mention, like, I can't remember what word they actually used, but it was like irrational or something like that. Like, it's like, don't worry. They're just like, you're acting like the way, like, this is completely irrational. Don't worry, that's what we do best. It's like, what?
Just nailed it.
Yeah, it's it was good. Like, there were a lot of really good parts of this series.
So definitely give it a watch. Um,
Oh yeah.
I'm I'm gonna like we've been at this for 16 minutes, so
I was gonna ask, like, who did you have a favorite character in this?
yes,
Who?
for all the wrong reasons.
Oh God.
Ryoku,
Ryuko?
Ryoko, yeah. Sorry, bleh. Syllables are not working well today. I just got off of work, so
I'm surprised you didn't say Nui.
Really,
I'm surprised you didn't.
really.
Just because of how batshit crazy she is.
Okay, batshit crazy. Wow, shows how little you care about me, man. See how it is?
Do what now?
That's just fucking savage.
Here, okay.
You only like the
And
crazy people. Dick.
I'm sorry, but your track record leads me to believe that.
I like how I have a track record now. What?
Watamote,
Hey, that show is gold.
From Future Diaries.
Oh come on, she's cute. Minus the whole blood thing everywhere.
Stop trying to justify yourself.
It's true.
I was gonna say my favorite had to have been Senketsu, just because.
Okay.
Like, he made that series so good. Just like with his little bits and stuff like that, and just there was just so many times where he's basically talking to himself, and he's just like, he even points out, he says something, he's like I'm really worried about Ryuko, and he's just like, I don't know why I'm saying this, you guys can't hear me. And then like Mako would chime in like, don't worry, Senkatsu, I feel the same way. He's like, and like you just hear him, like he starts tearing up. He's like, you can actually hear me.
Yeah.
And then the mom chimes in. It's like, oh Mako, you can actually hear him. Not a word. He's just like, oh.
Yeah, just defeated. Feels
But I
bad.
can understand how he feels. And he's like, don't worry, Senkatsu, we'll get you to Ryuko. And he just starts tearing up again. I'm just like, oh my god.
Uh,
It was so good.
it is a roller coaster of like variations in terms of like happiness in this one. Like, cause you're like, oh, it's so cute, and then it's like, oh my god, this is badass, and then it's just all like, how do you mix this? Like, how does?
The thing is like at the ending, I had a feeling I knew what I pegged it like midway through the series what was gonna happen with Senketsu, and I'm not, and like I saw it coming, but it was still sad.
Yeah. Well, what can you do?
Yeah, I was at least hoping that the show would have done like the cliche and like had just like a piece of like his cloth or something like that still fall and like just have it be like a scarf, like what they did earlier. But
Yeah, but no.
yeah,
So
but tis what it is. It was a good. It ended really well.
yeah, no, I agree. It was a good complete, like, that's something that we don't normally get. It's just something that actually feels like complete.
Yeah.
Like all tied up, nice and ready to go.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
so it's your turn.
My turn for what?
Show.
Oh, um, yeah, so next week I'm gonna give you an interesting one. It's gonna be and you thought there was never a girl online.
No, no, say the Japanese name.
I don't know what the Japanese name is.
God damn it. I do. It's. Do you want me to butcher it, or should we just like leave it at that?
Just leave it at
I
that.
want to butcher it though, because people don't hate me enough. All right, so I guess we're gonna talk about girls online,
Yeah.
or not girls online, because I don't know titles.
Sure.
Sure. Right.
See you guys next time.